Welcome to Talking Texas Politics with Calvin. I'm here in Gainesville, Texas at the historic Cooke County Courthouse. I'm here with our Cooke County Judge John Roane. Judge Roane, why don't you introduce yourself to the folks? Tell us a little bit about you, why you ran, some of those sort of things.
Okay, well, I am John Roane. I'm your Cooke County Judge. I'm a native of Cooke County, as both sides of my family have been. From the time I was a year and a half old, when my dad went back in the service, I grew up all over the place: Alaska, South Dakota, Massachusetts, Montana, Kansas, wherever Dad's Air Force career took him. He retired in time for me to finish high school at Valley View. Then I went to school at Cooke County Junior College at the time, and then North Texas State University. And then I went active duty in 1969, right after I married Gail Johnson, a local girl here in Gainesville, and I spent 20 years in the service. My career took me to pilot training in Del Rio, Texas, stationed in South Carolina, Okinawa, Korea, Austin, Texas, and Langley, Virginia. And I retired in 1989, raised longhorn cattle until I got involved in politics. I was the Justice of the Peace in the south part of the county for about 12 years, and office was in Valley View. And then I was appointed county judge in 2009. I was county judge until my wife Gail got sick, and I retired, and I stayed home with her for basically the next couple of years. I remarried after Gail passed away to another Gainesville girl, Betty Hames, and in fact, they were in the same class here at Gainesville. I decided that I had not finished everything that I had wanted to do the first time I was county judge from 2009 to 2015. So I decided to run for re-election. I was fortunate enough to be re-elected 3 years ago, and I've been back in the courthouse. In fact, this very same office that I was here before for over 2 years now. And I certainly do plan to run again when my time is up, or probably next November when these jobs start to turn over again, and hopefully get to finish the things that I started when I was here before. The main thing that I wanted to do that I didn't get to do the first time around was to pull this government together the way that it should be. I had the feeling that too many offices did not work together in concert, and decided that was not what the taxpayers and the citizens of Cooke County needed. What they need is a government that can work together and do whatever is necessary for the betterment of the population of this county here. So that's what I'm about this time. That includes, as the county judge, the annual budget that the county runs on, Commissioner's Court, which convenes every 2 weeks, and we perform the duties of the county. In other words, anything that the county does basically goes through Commissioner's Court for approval. I have a very good Commissioner's Court this time. We have 4 commissioners and myself, and that is the Commissioner's Court. We sort of set the example. I think that we have been able to work together on just about everything that we've done. Certainly we have disagreements, but they've been they've been very cordial disagreements, and everyone on Commissioners Court is doing what they think is the best for the management and the good of the county. So with that, I'm going to turn that back up. I live in Valley View and still married to Betty, now Betty Roane, and we live right on Lee Street in the same house that my great-grandparents bought back in 1920 in the old family home. So I feel like I am back home after 42 years of traveling around the world. I'm within a half a mile of where I started life, back on the farm in Valley View so many years ago.
So if you had to describe one thing that you were really proud of that you've accomplished since you've been in office, what would that be?
Well, like I said, I think more than anything else, I mentioned it already, the current Commissioners Court that I won't say I'm in charge of, because I think we all have an equal voice on the court, myself and the 4 commissioners. But I think the ability to work together as a governing body, the Commissioners Court, is something that is hard to accomplish. And the commissioners that we have now are very good adult and forward-thinking individuals that I'm very thankful to be able to serve with. Of course, service is my life. After 20 years in service, that was something that you always treasured, was being able to work with your wingman, so to speak. And here I am back in a situation not unlike the Air Force, where 5 individuals have to work together in order to do what's best for the taxpayers of the county. And I think that more than anything else would be the thing that I'm mostly proud of. Is,
so historically,
service.
So historically, has that not been the case? Has there been?
I won't cast doubt on any former commissioners court. I will just say this, that I think this is probably the best court that I can remember, and the best one that, in my opinion, that Cooke County has had in many, many years.
So Cooke County we're up here near the Red River, but we're getting a lot of growth. What would you say would be, I guess, the biggest issues that we've got coming to Cooke County over the next 4 or 5 years?
Well, I don't know if you are familiar with the Freeport exemptions, but the very last court, in fact, the county commissioners and I passed basically the Freeport exemptions, which will hopefully attract large businesses to Cooke County. So far, if you stop and think about it, if you travel from south to north up Interstate 35, you'll notice that a lot of the big employers and a lot of the big industry stops just about the county line. And by the same token, if you travel east to west on 82, you'll notice that just about the Grayson-Cooke County line is where that same phenomenon happens. So by passing the Freeport exemptions, which is something that the city of Gainesville, the college, and 2 or 3 other entities, I think the hospital, perhaps taxing entities, have passed, it should attract some very lucrative, larger businesses to Cooke County, and with that will come more housing, more good jobs to Cooke County. And I think with that, we're going to see in the next maybe 2 or 3 years even the benefits of what we just did on the last court here.
Very good. I was not aware of that, so that's great information. So we're at a time where you got to keep your hand on your wallet because the Texas legislature is in session. Is there anything going on there that is either a negative impact on counties or a positive impact on counties?
Well, I believe there's probably a couple of initiatives that are happening. For instance, I'm not sure, but what the state in some areas is trying to take away some of the freedoms that county governments have when it comes to running our own livelihoods and our own populations. I think that our representative Spiller and in Congress, Representative Gill are both working towards making it easier for the counties to exist and to have a little freedom in what we do, and I applaud their efforts and what they're doing. But as to any specific things, I'll challenge you to talk to them about those rather than step on their toes on anything. So.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to tell folks that might be viewing this?
I just love what I'm doing here in this fantastic little courthouse here. It's funny that my mother was born and raised just a few blocks down the street here, and I think I mentioned I was born myself just a few blocks down the street here. But whenever we would come home on leave during my dad's career, or then later, we'd always come back to Gainesville, Texas. And I can remember all the years that I was growing up when we'd be home for just short periods of time. This courthouse was right within my turf, so to speak, and it was my true honor to be part of the restoration at state money, by the way, of this fantastic historical courthouse here. And it's certainly it is certainly my pleasure to be able to not only have served 1.5 terms before, but to come back and serve for again in another term, or who knows, maybe 2 terms or however many that the Lord has in store for me here. So.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. I know you're busy and appreciate you taking the time to join us. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching Talking Texas Politics with Calvin, and God bless you and God bless Texas.